Welcome to the new episode 32. Okay, I got to turn me down a little bit. Got to get used to this new one. All right, so welcome to the new episode 32. I don't know what happened last week. I do know what happened, but I'm sticking with I don't know what happened last week.
Undisclosed.
At least, though, this gives us an opportunity to catch back up on our regular program block where we can start posting instead of, being late and playing catch up or, whatever else. But anyway, so, yeah, man, what's been up? What the fuck you been up to?
Working, man. Just working. Got a bunch of videos and shit lined up. My birthday is Saturday.
All right.
Pretty freaking excited about that.
Happy G-Day to the boy.
Thank you.
All right, what you got lined up for that?
Home is where the heart is. I'm just going home. Trenton, Jersey. There's a fucking Jersey Shore Festival. It was Drake night in Philly. We lit.
All right, that definitely sounds like a pretty dope time. I just got back from Florida. There was a, there was a tiny little music festival down there.
Yeah, very small.
Yeah, very small.
Very minute.
Right. Nondescript. Just a few people. Just a few people that I was down there and I participated in. But no, in all seriousness, I went to Rolling Loud, which was
lit.
It was, to say the least, man. To make a long story short, I'm not going to make this episode about, my time at Rolling Loud, but there were some things I loved and there were some things I hated.
Yeah.
But overall, it was an experience. I'd never been to a music festival.
Okay.
There were things I learned and just things that I experienced. And I'm just one of those people who, for better or worse, new experiences excite me. There was a point, though, where I was very over it. But by the whole thing, I was just like, yo, I got to come back next year, and really conquer, this whole experience. I got to do it right because I didn't get as much footage as I wanted, nor did I get the kind of footage that I wanted.
Right.
I had all the resources available to me and could have, but I just wasn't prepared in the moment to do what needed to be done. I was just so overwhelmed by everything going on. There was some shit. I mean, I'm sure you've seen. I will say this, though. By the end of the weekend, right, I was so exhausted, fed up, and those main stages, those stages where the artists are, there's a big, just wide open area. But there's so many people fighting for that little bit of space. It's a lot more than you might think is actually down there.
Really?
In the thousands, my nigga. For some of those artists, it's in the thousands, at once.
Yeah, it was pretty flooded. I think I seen Young Dolph's performance. It was a sea of people out there, man. I was looking for you.
Man, you wasn't going to see me. You was not going to see me, bro, because typically there was a couple of times when I did try to fight to get down there in the middle.
Yeah.
And the experience was just so, I'm a person, I don't consider myself to have bad anxiety, but it just triggered this fucking crippling anxiety, just being that close to some of those people.
Yeah.
But I sucked it up and I fought through them. One time I actually fought, this was before Wayne's performance, bro. You know what I said? I said to myself, you know what? I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to see Wayne again. I want to be front row and center and, put my two eyeballs on this person. I want to see him live.
Yeah, Lil Wayne.
So, before him, though, was Lil Yachty. And then before him was some other dude. So the homie I was with, he had went and he went to go watch Future, but before that, he also wanted to watch 21 Savage.
So there's different stages.
There's 3 stages.
Simultaneously.
Right. There's 3 stages. Basically, there's there's 3 stages going on, but there's a main stage, and then there's 2 side stages. The 2 side stages had a lot of up and coming talent, people you know what I'm saying, Young Dolph, Trippie Redd, Block Boy,
okay,
you know what I'm saying? Those type of people will
yeah.
be on these side stages, but at the end of each night, there's going to be somebody on all 3 stages to, to close out each one. Friday night, J. Cole was on stage, but also I think I don't know.
Right,
but other people on stage who are just, almost that same caliber, So anyway, so Sunday night, Future was on one stage. He was closing it. But before that, Juicy J was on the side stage. He was closing it. And then on the other stage was Lil Wayne. And so, but before Lil Wayne, and each of these people have, 10 or 12 artists that come on before them. So anyway, so on the stage Lil Wayne is on. Right before him was Lil Yachty. And right before him was some other little nigga I don't know. So I got there between the other little nigga I don't know.
Little somebody.
Right, little somebody. And I'm fighting through his crowd. And, you know, the whole time I'm just thinking, though, like, I'm really just kind of, because there's going to be some people who were just there to see him. They're going to leave. There's going to be some people who got tired, you know, and I'm just slipping through the cracks, trying to get to the front. Anyway, make a long story short, I did that. I fought through Yachty. I mean, an entire little Yachty performance, my nigga. I had to like really, and he opened up like 8 or 9 mosh pits, like, you know, on several occasions. He was like, open up some mosh pits. And then these are some kids, bro. Like, they got full, you know, lots of energy. They jumping around doing all types of wild. Right. So, fought through that, bro. By the time, you know, this was over, my chest was like right up against the
railing and shit. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired.
Splash.
And it's raining. I got the poncho on.
It's raining?
Yeah, it's raining. I did all that in the rain.
In the rain.
In the rain.
Trooping.
Rest my chest up against the railing so that I can breathe. Because I'm hurting. But I'm thinking, you know what? You know what?
My boy said he was hurt.
You know what? Wayne finna come on stage like, you know, something dope's about to happen. Waited about 45 minutes. 50 minutes.
After the performance. After Yachty.
After Yachty performed. Typically in between performances, there's maybe like 20 minutes is a long time.
Indeed.
At 20 minutes, somebody comes on there and says something like, oh, you know, they coming, you know, just chill, they coming. About an hour goes by, niggas throw up a little screen like, yo, Wayne ain't coming.
Ooh.
Right.
No fucking way.
Niggas was upset, bro.
Nobody came out. They put it on the screen.
They put it on the screen. No one came out, bro. They shut it down. They was like, yo, but you can go check out Future, who was already on stage, already performing, and you would have been at the back. Now, it's one thing to kind of like try to slip in between artists or to slip in during the previous artist.
Damn.
But if you think you finna go down in there during the nigga performing, if he's on that main stage in the middle of his show, like, fuck no, nigga. Future. And he brought out Chris Brown, Nicki Minaj, and Young Thug during his show.
So damn.
Right. In the rain, though.
Damn.
Right.
You taking a whole stage and go join this. That's
right.
not happening.
That's not happening. So,
fucked
you
up.
know, I was able to witness it, but I wasn't able to get down there, which is what I wanted to do, you know, because that was my last opportunity. But you know what, man, it was dope. I had a good time, had an interesting time, some close calls. But at the end of the day, I got there and back again, and you know, I'm still recovering from it, really on the low.
I could imagine.
You know, I'm back. I'm making my way. Oh, before I forget though.
Okay.
We want to shout out Lethal Princess.
Shout out to Lethal Princess.
We want to shout out Lethal Princess, man. I want to make some corrections from a previous episode where I compared her music to house music. Her music would actually fall under like an EDM/trap category.
Dope.
So, you know, it is electronic music. You know, it is very, it's made on a computer. And, you know, it is something that, you know, you would probably find if you were enjoying other things made on a computer. So, you know, shout out to her, of course, when you first played this episode. And if you like this episode of Verdict, make sure you like us, rate us, review us on iTunes. You can fuck with this show on the gram at House of Splash. Also on Twitter at House of Splash. You can also listen to all these episodes and any episode you missed on thehouseofsplash.com. And also check out some other shit there. What about you, Rick? Shout your handles out real quick.
Get at me at LitDVD, LITDVD on Instagram. Also, you can check me out for a little bit of motivation at Kinglish of the Day on Instagram. KINGLISH of the day.
So Lethal Princess, man, you can fuck with her. LethalPrincess.ReverbNation.com.
Yeah.
Also, she's on SoundCloud, SoundCloud.com/lethal_princess. And she's on Holliness. That's this new app. If you're not familiar with that, it's basically a space where you can, you know, put everything that you're interested in, you know, one area. And, people who come to see it, they're able to, peruse your blog, but they can also see your posting. It's kind of like a redesigned Facebook, but it's a baby. It's a new social media platform. So that means there's an opportunity for new social media stars, to come specifically from this platform. If you are consistent, if you are a content, contender, and you can, contribute, is what I'm really trying to say. If you contribute to, that social space, then you can stand out eventually, just like with any other platform. That will later turn into marketing dollars.
And what's that platform again?
Holonis. H-O-N-O. Take two. H-O-L-O-N-I-S.
Okay.
And that's available on Android, iPhone. They have a website that's pretty dope. And, it's the culture on there is about like loving and supporting and sharing and just, fucking with other people's content. It's not a lot of trolling and like, shit like that going on. So, if you're into something new, definitely check that out. So now that we've like, talked about how our day went and we sipped tea and we fucking, really was shooting the shit. Oh, before we even do anything regarding any type of, topics, I want to let people know about the contest. So this is how it's going to work, all right? So when you listen to this episode, you probably were thinking like, hey, yo, bro, last week you supposed to post an episode. Okay, well, things happened. Things happened and that didn't happen. So you have that episode, you have the last episode, and you got this episode. When I post this episode, there's going to be a post where I want everybody to like, comment, everybody that we talked about in our prior episode and in this episode. Do as many times as you want, as many times as you can. And one person is going to win 2 tickets to the TDE concert, Memorial Day weekend in Raleigh, on me. You know what I'm saying? You figure out how you're going to get here. You figure out where you're going to stay. But when you get here and you got all that figured out, you can attend the concert for the free.
That's lit.
Right, just for fucking with the show. So, it is what it is, So
follow instructions.
Yeah, just follow those simple instructions, man. Like us on Instagram, House of Splash. You can fuck with us on iTunes, write up a dope review.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have iTunes, then you can just post a review on your Instagram, your Snapchat, your Twitter. You just gotta fucking, reach out.
Yeah.
Reach out and ask for these tickets. Be creative. But the easiest, simplest way is to follow the show on Instagram, like that post, comment those individuals that were named, and then somebody's going to get picked up. So anyway, man, now that we got all the extra, corporate shit out of the way,
let's get to it.
Right, let's talk about fucking white people calling the police on black people. Like, what's going on?
Damn.
Like, what's really happening? Like, when people say certain things, such and such has been happening, but we just now have social media. I knew that cops killing black people. I knew black people killing black people.
Right.
I knew about all these things happening, and so that made sense to me.
Yeah.
But I never felt like white people was just calling the police now, nilly-willy. Like, just wherever you at, I'm calling the police.
It's ridiculous, man. Absolutely. It's crazy right now. We all seen the most recent ridiculous episode. Shit, we even experienced what could have been a similar episode coming in here to do this today. So I think it's the propaganda, the energy is real tense right now, and I think people watching too much TV and too much with those people, it's getting to them, and they really feel privileged, like they just have the police at their disposal. Right. My personal attack. But it's not even, we're going to talk about here in a minute, in a situation where it's not even like, a white person calling the police. It's like, if anybody called the police, they right there, especially if it's, if I need to harass a black person, like, I'm right there, no matter who called. And in some cases, we'll talk about too, no one's called, but I'm just right here to harass you because I feel so threatened. I don't feel safe because you're just here doing your due. When I started, this week, just in general, black people being, harassed in the Starbucks. I don't even know, have they done their whole, no, that's like coming later this month. They're supposed to close all the Starbucks down and, teach them racial training. Cause you got to, like, in this day and age, 2018, you got to close your whole business down. Whole business.
The whole thing. and teach niggas for a day. You got to have everybody go to a special place, watch a special video.
Why are we not talking about that?
And teach niggas for a day to not fucking be racist.
From quote unquote this one incident, you're
Right.
closing down. You would go through the trouble of closing down every store.
Right. From this one incident, in which it's like, whatever. But, that to me just says like, damn, like black people really can't go anywhere. Once I saw that, of course, I was pissed off. The resolution kind of, made me feel some type of way. But then it was like, okay, black man in the park walking his kid.
Mm-hmm.
Passerby, air quotes, called the police because, he looked suspicious. Like, how does a person walk in the middle of the day, walk in with a baby stroller and a kid inside the stroller? How do I look suspicious?
How, Sway?
And why, who's even responding to stuff like that? If I'm a police officer and somebody's like, yo, there's a person in the park looking mad suspect, yo. Like, go over there, please, and see what's going on. And I get to the park, I'm going to be looking for somebody suspicious.
Well,
I'm going to run up to the man with the baby and be like, hey, yo, excuse me. I know you just walking with your baby. Have you seen a suspicious man out here? Have you seen anything that caught you by surprise? Oh, no? Okay. Like, why are we, why are we, approaching people? Once a person is, like how you say, they watching too much TV, they doing whatever they're doing. And so they're using the police as their personal attack force. But if I'm an officer, why am I complying with this?
absolutely, I agree completely.
There was old girl, the woman who called the police on Native American kids college tour. That was like, super fucked up. Made them leave. They, just the whole, wild notion that it's just like, okay, you shouldn't be here because, I'm here and this isn't for you as well. Or, the woman who called the people barbecuing. I mean, and true indeed, they were not where they were supposed to be, but it's like, what are the cops going to do? Like, why are you calling the police to enforce these, petty, disagreements and, these very non-violent situations? And then, and this is just a PSA for people who own businesses. I don't know how you're going to find your way to this particular podcast, but this is a PSA. If you run a business, if you own a business, if you work in a business, whatever, you can't call the police and have somebody leave just because you don't want them there. Like, you cannot do that. You can do it, but you can definitely get sued. Like, if I'm in your business and I'm causing the scene, I'm yelling, kicking and screaming, okay, you can call the police. If you have a very limited amount of space and I'm occupying it for an extended period of time, the fuck was that? For an extended period of time, then yeah, sure, you can call the police. But just because, I'm inconveniencing you or you don't want me here, like, you can't just call the police and have me escorted, away, because first of all, it's super fucked up. But second of all, it's just, a lawsuit waiting to happen. So are you familiar with old buddy who tried to return the shit to Michael's and they called the police on him?
Nah.
Okay, right. So, I won't go through an entire list of situations where black people are chilling and the police get called on them. But this individual anyway, his girlfriend goes to Michael. She's buying some things. She sends him back to return them.
Okay.
Or one particular item.
All right.
When he goes to customer service and attempts to return the item, he has the receipt. He's got the packaging. He has everything you need to process a return.
Within 30 days, all that good stuff.
All that good stuff.
Okay.
And so whoever was working took the receipt and then, gave it to the manager who had to call corporate to, verify if they could take this receipt. That's what they were telling to do. And the guy's like, okay, all right. And so then at this point, they also asked him for his ID.
Okay.
And so he's still like, okay, whatever, gives him an ID, da-da-da-da-da. But what she was really doing was calling the police. So the police get there.
What?
Right. And was like, you need to conclude your business because you're about to be trespassing in a minute. And, right. Yeah. That's how he looking too. Like, what are you talking about? And so basically they were saying he fit the description of somebody who had been returning stolen items, even though, like, I have the receipt where if that's what you say is true, I have the receipt where I purchased this item. So I'm trying to return a lawfully purchased item, but you talking about some other shit. And now you've called the police. And so there was just this whole big
that shit didn't even make sense.
Right. The officer took it was in Alabama. So the officer, right.
Do I fit the description or am I trespassing?
Right.
What
It's
the
just
fuck
like,
is going on?
It's like, just no matter what's going on, that's like, what it's coming to. Where it's like, bam, I'm calling the police. And then the police get there, and instead of, diffusing the situation or talking through things, it's like, somebody's going to jail or somebody's going to die. Which one is it?
Man, that's fucking ridiculous.
Right. It's like, damn, can I live?
Did you see the old lady, the traffic stop, that like 6 officers, like gray hair, roughed her the fuck up?
Nah, I didn't see that.
Roughed her, old ass black lady.
For what?
She had an attitude. She wanted to know, like anyone else, what she was getting pulled over for, and just the same thing that we're talking about right now, just taking an inch of any reason at all and flexing to the 10th power. Right.
It doesn't matter who you are, what you are. Like, I feel threatened. Like, if I feel threatened, I'm supposed to call the police. Y'all supposed to be some tough guys, man. Like, you're supposed to come make a situation safe. You're supposed to secure the perimeter. Like, even if it's motherfuckers in here with guns and they shooting, killing, and stabbing niggas, it's your fucking job to run into that bitch. And, guns blazing, like, I'm laying the law down.
And save the day.
Right, and save the fucking day,
man.
Man.
That's what you're trained for.
That's exactly what you're trained to do. So what's up with all this I feel threatened shit, bro? Like, you're a trained fucking killer.
It's ridiculous, man. I mean, I think they making it pretty fucking clear what's going on, man.
Right. I mean, it doesn't get much clearer than that. It definitely doesn't get much clearer than that. But
how does an 80-year-old fucking woman threaten you to the point where you need fucking 5-6 officers manhandling this fucking elderly senior citizen?
Whatever. Let's go to so you were telling me though, like, about a kid who broke free. Like, that's all I have written on the list. There's like a star and it says kid broke free.
Yeah, some situation. A kid was walking home from school. He's like in middle school, young black kid, and he's taken into a van by some Caucasian folks, tattoos with racial slurs. He's taken to this house. He's beaten. He's threatened. They take his shoes, his phone, whatnot. They're texting his mother, let him know, he was about to get hung, and they were going to see about this the next day. Somehow, when the parties were in one room, the kid escapes. He's like running for his life, friends, and he just got the fuck up out of there. And somebody saw him just in act and was like, "Yo, what's wrong with you?" Because clearly something was wrong with him. And they called the police and everything. And this is just a real thing. Like, I was like, what? Like, who the fuck is like, we can't walk home from school now? Like, it's just walking home from school and it's fucking
right
open season.
It's really open season. Like, it's just, and I remember I said this a while ago, like, even when they fucking shot Harambe, I was like, yo, if you fucking, black or look black or favor, if you just on the fence, if you just not, anyway, if you just not what they want you to be, it's like, fuck, like, bang, 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 bang. Like, no matter the circumstances. Like, and sure, yes, cops do, that's the comes with the territory. They attack, they do get shot, they do get murked, I'm sure, on a higher basis than what we really see. But at the end of the day, you don't even really hear about fucking cops getting off like that. So it's like, what are y'all fucking scared of? What are you so fucking scared of, man?
Scared of shit.
You got you got fucking
right,
bulletproof armor, my nigga. Semi-automatic weapons.
Gang.
Right.
On deck.
Right, bro. You got your you got your homies with you? Air support, my nigga. Like, you Call of Duty right now.
Black Ops.
Right, bro. You are Call of fucking Duty.
That's what's going on, right? We the Black Ops.
Right.
We the Ops. We the opposition right now.
We the Black Ops.
Call of Duty Black Ops.
Yo, we are the black ops.
That's what they doing. They Call of Duty. They just doing what whoever the fuck is telling them to do that shit, man. Because this shit is ridiculous, my boy. When I seen what they did to that old lady, man, I was just so angered that, and like, there's nobody, like, there's this code, like amongst thieves or some shit. Because there's 5 or 6 of these motherfuckers. You can't tell me that not one of you, have a heart or like is not human. Just so desensitized and out of touch with just general compassion for human beings who are in most of these situations doing absolutely nothing wrong.
Right. Like if I see somebody roughing up an old woman, I'd be like, bro, what are you doing? Like, nigga, chill.
Absolutely.
Like, bro, chill. This is a fucking old woman, someone's grandmother. Like, nigga, she can't do anything. She can't do anything.
You're in training. You've been trained. She's on the downhill right now.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Your ass would be on desk duty if you were her age and still police.
Right. Like, bro, chill, bro. Like, these niggas, bro, like, and then, of course, there's always this, like, saying or just, theory that, police officers are often like the dude who got picked on in school or whatever. But I'm like, yo, fuck all that, bro. Everybody got picked on in school.
Fuck all that.
Fuck all that, bro. Like, real. Everybody got picked on, bro. Everybody picked on. And if you didn't, then that's your fault, bro. Like, grow up.
And don't use a fucking profession, as serious as this to fucking, make up for... in this brotherhood, I know police is, they have a brotherhood as well, but what we not gonna do is fucking just be, they doing it, so I guess that is what they gonna do.
Right, so that's why I'm like, fuck them all, bro. I don't, what I'm saying, I don't rock with no police officers.
And I can vouch, since fucking day one, since I met Splash, she's always been on some, my nigga, if the police come around, I'm out. I'm not waiting around for shit. I'm out. I'm giving you fair warning right now, bro. I'm out.
I keep a low profile, though, so I choose to avoid unnecessary conflicts.
Indeed.
But, if I'm put in a situation, then, I got to do what's best for me. Shit, what?
Get the fuck up out of there.
Yeah,
it's
man.
not looking good.
Yeah,
these guys involved.
But, and I won't incriminate myself any further. But anyway, so I want to, I meant to bring this up like a week or two ago, but this is the Lyft driver who molested the boy. Did you see that?
Get the fuck out of here.
So, it's a single mom. I'm pretty sure it's, it's the only kid.
Okay.
Sometimes she works different hours.
Okay.
So sometimes she can get her son from school and sometimes she can't.
Okay.
The son is 17 years old. I'm pretty sure I saw that he was 17.
Okay.
So on days she can't get him, she gets him a Lyft because it's only like, a $5 to $7 ride. Mm-hmm. And this is probably, I'm not going to make any assumptions about how often she's doing it, but it was often, it was to the point where it was comfortable for her. He can get a ride to, quickly.
Right.
Versus having to wait hours and hours for me. He can go home right now. And this goes on for a while. You know what I'm saying? Because typically when you order a Lyft, the person comes to get you, or Uber, they come get you. They take you where you got to go. Mm-hmm. And then, good times had by all.
Right.
However, on this particular day, the Lyft driver, he picked up the little boy, 17, took him home, was, made remarks about how, attractive he was and how cool he was and shit like that. So he dropped the boy off at home. Now, this is where the shit gets wild.
Okay.
He takes the nigga home. And bruh goes in the house. He in the house chilling now. He home safe and sound. Snug as a bug, fucking in a rug. My nigga. That's how fucking safe and sound he is.
Right. As you should be at home.
The Lyft driver comes back and knocks on the door.
Chill, 5.
Chill. Knocks on the door. The young nigga answers the door.
They didn't have a fucking peephole, bitch.
Right.
Fuck.
Nigga, what? It don't matter who out there, bruh. Like, why are you answering the door anyway? Like, if somebody was coming to see you, it's 2018. I know they called you. I know they text you. They DM'd you. They PM'd you. They EM'd you.
You feel me?
You know what I'm saying? Whatever, bro.
Nobody doing no drive-by.
Bro, no one, bro. So whoever knocking at the door, bro, fuck them.
Straight like that.
Right. If they didn't let you know beforehand, bro, then you not there. Anyway, this nigga opened the door and was like, bruh came back to the door talking that shit. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get in them eeks.
Hey, yo.
Yo, I want them eeks. Remember what I'm saying? Remember what I was telling you in the car? So right. That was the Lyft driver talking, not me telling you nothing in the car. The Lyft driver said, remember what I was telling you in the car? Well, I'm back for it now. And you know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, I'm going to tell you like this.
Now, I tell you what, I like you and I want you. Now, we can do this the easy way or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours.
Chill, Fabolowski.
Right. And so the little homie let him in because, I guess for whatever reason, he let him in. I guess, I don't know what was said there. No one was there except those two individuals, but he let him in. Or quote unquote, he forced his way in.
Chill.
Not only did they not have peepholes, but they don't have, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess he's never heard a crack in the door. You know what I mean? Like, yo,
fucking comments.
Yeah, talking through the door. You know
what is this, Debo? Like,
and see, that's where like I'm upset by it, but I'm also annoyed by it because where the fuck is your common sense at?
On both sides, I feel you. By no means are we excusing this perverted motherfucker, but on this, bro, come on, you could avoid this shit.
Come on, like, what are you doing?
You let this motherfucker in. You wanted your
right, bro. It's like, come on, bro. Like, you opening the door for this nigga? Like, what? For what?
He already told you. Nah, I told you in the car that I like you and I want you.
So, right. So made the little boy, perform fellatio on him. As far as the article that I read, I'm pretty sure that's as far as it went. And he told his mother that he complied with what the guy was saying because he felt like if he didn't, then worse would have happened to him.
How the fuck you feel like that? Where was the gun in the story? Where was this motherfucker knocked on your door? He came, man, get this shit the fuck out of here.
Like, bruh, you know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, don't answer the fucking door.
He's a fucking nutcase.
Like, what are you doing?
I'm thinking like the fucking Uber driver was about to, perform some acts on a kid. This motherfucker done pulled up and got topped off and dipped.
And then, like, my nigga, when you order a
wild side,
right? Like, bro didn't care no more.
What happened to me driving Uber today, bitch?
Really, shit, fuck it. I'm gonna get my dick wet today.
This nigga knocked on the door. How the fuck you ain't know nobody? Let's say his mother came to the door, his father, or somebody else came to the door. Like, what the?
Who was at the door? That wouldn't have contacted you prior to, like the mailman, nigga. Leave it. FedEx, leave it.
Was I'm just curious. Was this victim of?
Was he a person of color?
Was he?
Yes.
And the Uber driver
was also a person of color. I'm
color folk. We just took an L.
I'm a little blurry on if the victim was a person of color, but I'm fairly certain he was. But I know that the perpetrator in this was a person of color.
It's a big L.
Right.
L.
You know what I'm saying? This is why
these niggas doing, yo.
This is why niggas be like, yo, man, them niggas over there look like they fucking raping kids.
Driving Uber, you can't walk home from school.
You can't take a lift.
Fucking take a lift from school. Have your mama pick your ass up, or bitch, just don't go to school.
Don't go to school, yeah. That's basically the takeaway from that whole thing. Like, yo, don't go to school, bro. Don't go to fucking school. See, if you was at home, not being at school,
none of this shit would
happen. None of this shit would have fucking happened.
They teaching you lies that, slavery was this happy time in school. You got fucking teachers fucking having sex with students. You getting fucking kidnapped and fucking if you try to catch a Uber to not get kidnapped, bitch, the Uber driver's knocking on your door for some top.
For that top off.
Sloppy, toppy.
Right.
And he dipped, bro.
Right, and he dipped. Like, bro, you know we got all your information though, right?
Yeah, including your DNA all
right.
on his face.
Right. We have it.
He was a thug, yo.
Right, yeah, he didn't give a fuck. He did not give a fuck, bro. He was like, yo, this is it.
I thought, like, for sure you were going to say, like, you know, he performed that act on the victim, you know, but, like, he was bold about this shit. Like, nah, he got some top and, like, that was it.
Right, man. Yo,
he didn't even want the cheeks.
He didn't even want them. He was like, yo, I'll be back for them eats.
He saw it in his face. Like, you want to suck something.
Right. He was like, yo, you want to suck something, don't you? You look like you want to suck something.
He went swift. I'm going to pull up.
Right. Yo, that was wild. That whole exchange was crazy just now. But anyway, man, you know, right. It's a perfect segue, man. You know, you know who else don't give a fuck?
Ooh.
Man, Lethal Princess, bro.
Lethal Princess.
Fucking Lethal Princess, man. Check her shit out.
That's right.
You can fuck with her on Reverb Nation. You can play her music, watch her videos. LethalPrincess.ReverbNation.com. Her music's also on SoundCloud.com /Lethal_Princess. And you can also she's very, very, very active on Holoness, which is a new social media platform where individuals go to collaborate. So that's, you know, a good space if you're a person, you know, who's a content creator and you want some feedback, you want, you know, some other eyeballs and ears looking at your stuff, and, you know, just want people liking and commenting and sharing your shit. You should definitely be up there, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a real feel good atmosphere and everybody's getting along. I think, you know, there was some sexual harassment thing not too long ago, but I don't know what's going on with that, honestly. But
he's joking. Catch the wave early, man. He's just joking, people. Catch the wave early. You know, support Lethal Princess. She out here lit with the EDM/trap music, you know, for the culture.
Right. Yo, you know what I'm saying? She got a song out right now, Devoted. You know, I'll probably close with a little snip of that. But yeah, she got a new song out, Devoted. She got some new music coming out in the near future that we're going to talk about. At some point, I might have her come through, say a couple of words, what up to the people.
Yeah, definitely. Let's do that.
I want to get on these rappers who went to jail this week.
I was about to say, who went to jail, bro, this week.
And, you know, and every week, it's like, you know, it gets down to the wire. To the wire. Nobody went to jail. Then Wednesday night.
Uh-oh.
Tuesday afternoon.
Uh-oh.
Thursday morning.
Uh-oh.
Niggas start going to jail. They ready.
Flies.
They start going to jail. Oh, that's one thing I will say about Rolling Loud, man. Like, yo, them kids out there was like on everything. And they was just dropping like flies left and right, being carried out of there on carts.
Get the fuck out
of here.
Yeah,
man. You know, because for one, they're not staying hydrated. They're doing all types of different drugs. And then they're in a high intensity, you know, area.
Doing it to the max.
You know what I'm saying? Doing it to the max. Yeah. Like, you got to chill. You got to chill. You got to, you know, hydrate. You got to eat you a balanced meal.
Know what you're doing.
Not McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Swerve into this fucking, you know, place, grab you a salad, really put some, you know, something on your stomach so that you can, you know, survive.
So they were prepared. They had carts out there, right? They knew what the fuck.
Right. So anyway, so speaking of niggas dropping like flies. So first up, you know, Mac Miller. He was arrested for Mac Miller.
The white boy,
who I guess he was dating Ariana Grande. I didn't know that. I mean, I think I knew that, but I thought it was just like a rumor or whatever.
Yeah.
But apparently they broke up recently.
Okay.
Now we see him driving drunk, and he was in a hit and run, hit a pole, and then drove off. Some people, I guess, seen it, knew it was him, reported it. They took him to jail. He was like, whatever, you know, paid the $15,000, got out. I'm guessing same day.
Okay. At least he didn't hit someone or another vehicle.
You know, you're very, very vanilla. What? I was like, what was it? The fucking Matrix?
Mac Miller just lost.
Okay. So, so Mac Miller, he went to jail. Also Kamaya, West Coast rapper Kamaya, you familiar with her?
I am.
Yeah, she got a couple of hit songs floating around, man. So if you're not familiar with her, you might want to jump on. But she went to jail. She was passing through TSA, and metal detector went off, but she was wearing some type of head ornament, not ornament, but head attire.
Okay,
I should say. And so they wanted her to take it off so it could be inspected. She was like, "No go." And then they were like, "Okay, well, clank, clank, clickety, clank, clickety, clank." Threw her ass in jail.
Now we're gonna take that attire off your head.
Well, I don't know. I'm guessing it was probably maybe it was some type of religious thing. I don't know.
Did they find anything on her?
Well, no, that was never the case. But when she passed through, she set off the metal detector.
But don't they got fucking like
right? Doesn't it's like a full body fucking scan?
And it's not like fucking y'all search me and find this shit. I'm not going to jail because I'm not taking this shit off though. Lawsuit. Right.
So whatever. But anyway, so the other person who went to jail, I'm sure you heard about this, but that was T.I. Clifford Harris.
Man, hell no. He ain't got no more strikes.
Well, see, here's the thing, though. Bruh's, apparently, this is this is allegedly what happened. Bruh's pulling up to the crib. It's late night, obvious. It's very late night.
Okay.
He's intoxicated. He lives in a gated community.
Right.
And there's like a special key, badge, something you have to show.
Right.
He doesn't have that on him.
Okay.
When he pulls up to the gate to let the guard know, allegedly the guard was asleep. So he had to, get his attention, yell, do whatever. When the guard wakes up, he doesn't recognize T.I., Mr. Harris. He doesn't recognize him. So, they go back and forth. Eventually, I'm going to assume based off of logic that the guard was able to get, this is based off of what I read and what I'm just piecing pieces together.
Yeah.
But the guard was able to get Tiny on the phone, who was in the home, who was like, yeah, this is where we live. This is my name. That's his name. This is what we look like, so forth and so on. So Mr. Harris goes through the gate and goes home. He then proceeds to go back, I'm guessing on foot or whatever, to the guard's shack. And, he wants to talk to the guy. Obviously, he's very heated and he wants to talk to the gentleman. He's banging on the door. He's like, yo, what's your name? I want your name. I want your supervisor's name. The guy's not giving it up. This is a black man. He then calls the police because he felt scared. Bottom line. And they even released the call. And you can hear the fear in this nigga's in his voice.
He was shook?
He was shook. And I'm like, yo, bro, you're the security guard.
You mean with T.I.'s extraordinary verbiage?
Right. And that's exactly how he was talking. But yeah, he was belligerent. He was drunk, sure. But bro, you're the security guard. This is your job. Like you
secure.
Right, bro.
Okay.
Damn, this niggas really out here on their top flight shit. Like, bro.
So you knew it was T.I. You knew he had them guns that he got locked up for. So that's why he was shook.
He claims he didn't know it was T.I. I'm like, bro, you're a black man living in Atlanta. You don't know who T.I. is?
Like, why? So why was you so shook? Because you knew who T.Y. was.
Right. You what? And this is my personal opinion. So, listen, let me tell you what happened. So, Brett calls the police. And there's even TMZ even has the call online, so you can listen. You can hear T.I. in the back. So you can hear what's being said.
Yeah.
So the police come and they arrest him for simple assault, as well as public intoxication and disorderly conduct. Take him, and TMZ also got a video of bruh inside the court, and he's like, why was I arrested? And bro was basically like, for acting like a fool, and you shouldn't have came back. And he's like, when I pulled up, bro was asleep. Like, he was
supposed to be.
Yeah, he was supposed to be asleep. He was mismanaging his position. Why would I not be upset?
First, what if somebody was coming to do some harm to me and my family?
Right. Like, why would I not be upset? Like, bro don't know. He don't even know what's going on. And I went up there to ask him what his name is. Now, T.I., yeah, he did was like, step outside and we can handle this. But, you can't be like, oh, he was going to hit him. Like, now you reading the future, you predicting what was.
Right,
we talking about
absolutely.
We're talking about what did occur.
That's right.
And what are facts, not what might have happened.
That's right.
Because who's to say that they wouldn't have just, been a yelling match or whatever? You can't just be like, oh, he was going to hit him. Like, no, bro was like, yo, come outside so we can talk. Come outside of this booth so we can talk. I want your name and I want your supervisor's name. But what happened, though, was that bro got scared because he was asleep. And he did recognize this individual and knew this was about to be a problem. And he wanted the police to come and take him away. But it's like, bro, you were fucking asleep.
On the job. You got to hold that. You did that. Hold that.
Right. And like, just the things that people will say, like, oh, he was behaving like a thug. Like,
so?
First of all, he wasn't. But even if he was, like, it's almost like, you have to act rational, even in irrational situations, or else, your freedom's on the line.
And that's exactly what it is. And now that you mentioned, one of his charges was disorderly conduct, that's what it was with the old lady. She wouldn't roll her window down or some shit all the way. So it was considered misorderly conduct and they felt the need to manhandle her. But just bullshit. Again, with misorderly, like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Right, man. So, that definitely got me. Just seeing all those things, all of that, everything that I spoke about today on this episode, I saw within the course of 3 to 5 days. So it was just like, damn, man, like day after day, it's just always some other shit, man. Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
We ain't even touching on fucking a percentage of, what the fuck is going on.
Right. But
honestly.
Right, but we can go on, forever and ever and ever about these things, man. So,
just making y'all aware, man, that we know what the fuck is going on.
Right. So, those were just some things that were, heavy on my mind, coming into this podcast. Definitely want to, vent, get that off my chest. So other than that, I didn't have much else.
Yo. I need my face back.
Okay. All right. So you ready for two truths and a con?
We on the same page right now. I need my face back.
All right. Cool, man. Cool. We'll see, how confident you are this week. So I think overall, what do we like? We're just going to call it 1 and 1.
Okay, let's do
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
Okay,
We'll just call it that. We'll keep it, simple from there. So, all right, a couple different scenarios for you, man. So, there's a 44-year-old Corey Tanner. He's suing the Golden Dragon Hibachi and Sushi Buffet in Florida after he ate some raw squid. After he ate some raw squid, got pregnant in his mouth. So that's 44-year-old Corey Tanner in Florida. He's suing the Golden Sushi Buffet. So other than that, I got 32-year-old Rachel Del Tondo. She was shot and killed in her driveway. This was after getting some ice cream on Mother's Day. Like, in the driveway. Nobody really knows why. And then other than that, I have Eugenio Perez. He's 47 years old in Brooklyn. I put Brooklyn, NC. Fucking Brooklyn, New York. So anyway, right, NY. So he was found guilty, 23 counts of felony sexual assault for raping at least 5 inmates. And this is the interesting part, though. This is the interesting part about how he was caught. And that's because multiple inmates gave a very similar account of his penis. And they all described it as very large, very hook-like, and very stinky. Like each one of them were very adamant about how bad, how awful it smelled. And 2 of them even said, like, yo, if it didn't smell bad, you know what I'm saying, he could have got all of them eeks. Right.
That's too crazy.
Right? So
he was in some cheeks for real.
He was in some cheeks for real, man. So 2 of those things happen.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about it. Honestly, it's 2 of these motherfuckers is true.
2 of these things are true, man. 2 of these scenarios are true. And 1 of them I made up.
All right, so we got motherfuckers who got impregnated in their mouth, eating raw squid. We got someone being killed in a driveway after getting ice cream on Mother's Day, a mother being killed. And then we have stinky Captain Hook. Which one is not true? I'm gonna just say my guy down in Florida getting impregnated in his mouth. Like, what the fuck? How does that happen? So it was a male squid? Like he skeeted in your mouth? Like, how did you become pregnant though? You don't have eggs in your mouth. He just skeeted in your mouth. We're gonna go with number one as the fake one.
Number one is the fake one?
Number one is the fake one.
Okay, so number one is the fake one, right?
Ooh.
But it was inspired by real scenarios. That actually does happen, especially in the East where they consume a lot more raw fish.
Yeah.
What they do, there's like a paste, and they have the eggs in their body, and then once the eggs get big, to a certain extent, that's like anything almost. They hold the eggs. So basically, but it's adheres to them like a rubber cement, like to their tentacles. You figure what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you eat it, that shit gets stuck to like the roof of your mouth or your gum or your cheek, and it's very like liquidy, but that paste that holds it is very, very strong. So there's like a sharp pain. So a lot of people are like, yo, it's a sharp pain, and then it's like
that's fucking
there's
crazy.
A fucking you're just going along, and then a fucking egg pops open in your mouth.
I really wanted to say
bro, in the East, some people's mouths are legit daycares, bro. That's legit, bro.
Stop eating that dumb shit, man.
That's not dumb shit, bro. That's like sushi almost.
Stop eating squid, man.
You ever had squid?
Nah, man.
I have, but it's nothing, I'm gonna defend. Like, you don't have to fucking eat squid.
Cool.
You don't need to eat it.
Cool.
You don't need to eat it. You know what's really slimy and gross? If you go to like the Chinese buffet and they got like those little baby octopuses, bro.
Chill.
And like a lot of times they still be having the eyes on them, bro. Yes, bro.
What? You tried that?
I took a little bite.
What does it taste like?
I don't even remember.
Why?
Yeah, the whole experience was just like, and I did one of those and spit it out.
That's what I see. Like,
right.
I don't need.
Anyway, but yeah, so those other things though, they did happen, man. Like, a woman, rest in peace, Rachel Del Tondo. She did lose her life on Mother's Day after just getting some ice cream, chilling. Nobody even knows why. It's a small town, I think in like Connecticut or Philadelphia or something or other. And yeah, this fucking psycho raping women in jail, like just getting his rocks off, won't even wash his fucking dick.
It's fucking one after another, some shit. That's crazy, boy. Right, like, damn, man, like, fucking chill, man. Like, yo, everybody go home and chill. The fuck?
Like, man, y'all wildin', bro. Y'all make me not even want to come outside, bro. Like, for real.
Straight like that. All
right, so, man, but, other than that, man, I'm about out of gas. I do want to let everybody know, fuck with Lethal Princess, man, on her aforementioned social media platforms, Holliness, Reverb Nation, lethalprincess.reverbnation.com, soundcloud.com /lethal_princess. Play the music.
Do that.
Like, just do that. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like, at the end of the day, I got clever segues and jokes and shit, but yo, go to those links. Play the music. Do that.
Definitely do that. Lethal Princess is dope. Roper dope, the dopest dope you ever smoked.
Go to those links and play the fucking music. So, man, and you can fuck with me on Instagram. If you're fucking with The Verdict, which I know you are, because I'm about to give out these Kendrick Lamar tickets.
That's right.
He coming to the Oak City, Chestnut City, Peanut City. He coming here. With the whole crew, though. Schoolboy, Absol, SZA, J-Rock.
Come on, man.
Sir.
It's not a game. This is not a game. You want to be there.
You want to be there, bro. Especially for the free. I got you some tickets for the free.
Free.
I got y'all some tickets for free. You and a friend, you and your best friend, you and your brother, your sister, your cousin, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, anybody else that wants to come and fucking rock out with TDE on the Verdict podcast, man. All you got to do, like us on the gram. Follow us on Twitter at House of Splash. You know what I'm saying? You could throw in a rate and a review on iTunes.
Mm-hmm.
Leave your information so I know how to find you.
Mm-hmm.
On the designated post. And you'll know. I need y'all to tag everybody who's been talked about in this episode and last episode. As many times as you want. As many times as you want. And as many times as you can.
I mean, it's TDE tickets.
It's TDE tickets, man. Like, I need y'all doing that shit the whole weekend. Like, because, you know, we're getting up there. I know whoever wins needs to make preparations. So I'm thinking I'm going to announce this Monday.
Oh, okay.
So when you're hearing this on Friday, like, really, y'all need to get up on this episode early. Play this episode often, early, and my last one. You're going to want those names. You're going to need those names if you're trying to get these tickets. Because Monday, I'm giving them out. And they're going to be gone. So don't ask me for them. Don't hit me on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Like, yo, you still got tickets? No.
You can still like and follow and share and leave a review. Because we definitely going to have something else going on for y'all.
I got some more tickets.
Them TDE tickets, though,
right?
It's going to be a Rizzy after Monday.
Right.
That's a fit act.
Right. So there's no reason to play around, man. So other than that, Rick, where can they fuck with you?
Follow me at LitDVD, LITDVD.
I bet. So we out of here.
Peace.
I'll wait for you.